So we're going to continue our conversation about customer service interactions over the phone. Let's start with first impressions. This is the most important interaction a customer will have with your company. It's their first one. This experience with your company creates strong opinions regarding your company's abilities and your support center's abilities. You may be the first and possibly the only contact for the customer. First impressions are lasting and result in the customer forming a quick opinion about the respectability of your company and its ability to meet their needs and respect them as a customer. Let's personalize this to illustrate the importance of first impressions. Can you think of your first day on this job or another one and how you may have felt? Was it a positive experience, or did you feel a little lost and confused? Did you feel that you were given the right resources to make you feel welcome? And how about the people? Were they friendly? After this experience, what were your thoughts about your future at that company as a result of these first impressions? Let's talk about the flip side of this, which would be a negative first impression. Now, I can share a negative first day job experience. I remember being sat at a desk away from everyone else with no one to speak with, but many people walked by me. No one was there to walk me through any of the systems or company processes, and I sat where it was, like I said, a major walkway. Almost no one introduced themselves or seemed to notice that I was there. I thought, I will have a difficult time learning what I need to learn to be successful here. It ended up taking several weeks and months for people to warm up, but I helped that along. I came up with a plan. My birthday was 3 weeks into my employment, and I threw myself a party. I sent a company-wide email, granted that was only 80 employees, and said they were all welcome to breakfast and to come sign my birthday card. I brought balloons, food, and a blank card. Just a tip, food is always good at building bridges. So it worked out, and I also made it a point to be welcoming to every new hire after me, and to be as helpful as I could be to them. So you are the one that has the responsibility to make a favorable first impression to your customers. You are the one customers turn to when a need arises. You are the one that represents the company and the one that customers will remember. And I hope those memories will be favorable. It is a large part of your job to ensure that each and every customer has a favorable experience with each and every contact. I'm going to discuss some ways to make this much easier as a task for you, and so it'll become second nature and a good experience for your customers. Now let's take a second look at first impressions by looking at the effects of a positive first impression. I can think of a company I had to call several times after I signed up with their financial service, as I had several questions about their offerings. I was ready for a regular customer service experience, and they not only answered my questions, but went beyond simply answering them to asking me additional questions to make sure I was fully utilizing their service. I had many reasons to be completely satisfied as a customer. The CSRs were knowledgeable and always helped me. Each time I called, I felt as if I was their only client and they really wanted to take care of me. I was left with the impression of a high-end, customer-focused business that set my expectations even higher for what great customer service is. I felt good about my choice to do business with them. Let's discuss a little bit about customer retention. I want to share a few statistics with you on the reasons companies typically lose business. There's 3 main reasons for lost business to a company. 10% is due to competition. That's it. 13% is due to product dissatisfaction. That leaves the rest, which is 68%, due to perceived indifference from the service provider. Notice this is as the customer perceives their experiences. However, that shows the importance of what a customer service experience means to the customer. Now, one thing great about this course is that we are all customers as well, and we speak to CSRs over the phone. We've all had numerous experiences, and as long as we keep in mind that each of us is a customer, and we need to make these calls as well, you know that what you need to accomplish is the same thing for your customer as you need for yourself. So let's start with some basics. To inquire about a product or service, to order a product, to get directions, to check on the status of an order, or even to complain about a product, service, or employee. Your company sells a product or a service and advertises in an effort to attract customers to call. The main reason a customer is not retained is due to the customer's perception of poor service. Notice from the statistics that I quoted earlier, it's not poor product quality so much. It can seem a little unfair to say that perception is reality, but it's not difficult if you and your company are striving for the wow factor. Providing service in a respectful, courteous, and positive manner to the best of your ability will ensure that you meet or even exceed the customer's expectations. Now, the implications of this statement and how you will do it will be discussed throughout the course, but it includes satisfying the psychological and verbalized request of the customer within the guidelines of your organization, of course. It does mean, there's ways to do it outside of the guidelines, such as when you were younger. Maybe you worked at the movie theater, and because you worked there, you were able to get your friends in for free. Or you waited tables and you gave free appetizers because you liked the people that you were serving. Now, this makes customers loyal to you and breaks company rules, and is also false customer service. Now, you've probably had these things offered to you, but didn't it make you wonder if that person would get in trouble? So we want to make sure that we are always working within the company's guidelines to deliver excellent customer service. Now, CSRs can meet the customer's service expectations. Your job responsibilities may also be to make the sale. So you may understand effective selling techniques, but if you lack basic customer service skills, the customer can look elsewhere. Now, this is a way to stand out from your competition. Think about your own experiences and how many times you've decided not to purchase from a company based on the poor service that you received. You may have decided to even pay more to receive better service. So is it true that some people are good at making sales, yet they know little about customer service? Salespeople have a way of using words and actions to bring a result that the salesperson wants. Sometimes this means speaking in a manner that's almost close to derogatory to the customer, who then strives for acceptance. Now, sales skills and ethics is an entirely different course, but my point is that excellent customer service is a way of doing things from beginning to end and treating the customer with respect and courtesy. This is what makes you proud of you, as well as holding true to good ethics and creating job satisfaction. Think about this. We all have our restaurant stories. Think of all the restaurants you have to choose from. You may pick one based on the atmosphere, the food, or the price, but it always comes down to being treated like you want from the time you arrive to the time you leave. Think about a restaurant you don't like to visit because you know you're going to receive bad service. That's because their expectations of themselves do not match what you expect from them. Remember on that show, Pretty Woman, when Julia Roberts goes back to the sales lady that snubbed her because of what she was wearing. She returned to that store with all of her purchases worth thousands of dollars and said, "Bad move." Now, whoever's on the other end of the phone is important, no matter who it is. And you never know when the brother of your company's president is calling for service, or an internal employee who knows how the call should be handled. You also don't know who people know, or what their buying power is, or how many people they will tell not to do business with you or to do business with you based on their experience with you today. So expectations for customer service do not diminish because the interaction is over the phone. Everyone has a high expectation for good service, and there's no one out there that believes that they deserve bad customer service. Your customer may have dialed the phone already to make a purchase, or even upset over a matter. The outcome of each of these situations depends on how well their call is handled. The representative they speak with has a direct impact on their overall experience and whether they become a customer, refer others, or even continue to be a customer. Post this goal in your workspace. I want to be the CSR that callers hope that they get again.